after our episode, I really wanted to rewatch a movie, and I was like, I'm gonna hold off saying what the name is yet. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna give another movie another go. I'm gonna sit in for the 2.5 hours straight through it, and it was all quiet on the Western Front. Now, when I say that, I only saw the first 45 minutes, and I really liked the first 45 minutes. The only reason why I didn't finish it wasn't because I didn't like it. It was because it was just a lot to like just sit through, right? It's so depressing, and I was just like, all right, like I needed a break. But this time I was like, all right, I'm just gonna rewatch it 2.5 hours, and you know what? I loved it.
So
I
good.
I really did. I think you said 88 on your review. I give it a 90. Like I really liked it. And of course, this is like a famous remodel of it, but I like the action scenes were amazing, yet so powerful to the whole meaning of it. And I think a lot of these like people online that love it so much, they're so like they're talking about the anti-war aspect of it a lot, which of course is a major part of it. But I really just like everything a part of it. Why can't we just like war movies for the way they are? You know, like yes, this meaning is like about anti-war and everything and how gruesome it is, but at the same time, like the scenes on the Western Front, the battlefield, were some of the best filmmaking I've seen in a war movie ever. It was amazing. It was. I wish I saw it in a movie theater. It was. I was shocked how much like on a Netflix movie, streaming movie, how good it was. I don't know the budget off the top of my head, but I was so happy to see this, and I tweeted out this because of how much I love this movie. I tweeted out my like some other tweets about the Oscar noms and just maybe some surprises we might see. And one of my surprises, which was wrong, Albert Schmeck, the guy, the best the main character's best friend in the movie. I was like, this guy could get an Oscar nom.
And Cat.
Yeah, he was a beast. I love that guy. I really hope I see him in more movies. I thought he was amazing in that. And obviously I was wrong, but overall, I loved it. That's really the highlight of what I watched since the last episode.
Is that this year's Dune? Like this year's, like not on the same level where, but it's like something that's adapted from a popular source material, a beloved source material, and it's going to be nominated. We knew for all the technical categories. This is second at the Oscars now with 9 Academy Award nominations. And we're not seeing as much from the performances, right? Being nominated or recognized, but Best Picture, check mark, right? Like cinematography, I believe that it's on there as well. Sound, I mean, what else? What else is it nominated for? Adapted
Yeah,
again.
adapted.
What else? You know?
Um, there were some other ones. I think visual effects maybe.
But it's just the non-acting categories. This feels like this year's Dune, where it feels like, yeah, it's paying homage. Did a great job adapting this source, and it's going to be there for all the technical categories. But you're right; you can't push aside the performances here. I thought Cat was amazing in this movie. I think he deserved potentially a supporting actor nomination. The uh the group that we got for supporting actor, it's an interesting group because we got 2 guys from the same movie. They didn't split the vote. I think they played it pretty safe. Where you got a young up and comer Barry Keoghan and then Brendan Gleeson. We thought maybe they would split one, and then you get like some maybe an interesting selection for that last spot. And it felt like maybe you could slide that guy in there if you wanted to spice it up. But I agree, this deserved to be seen on a big screen. And sometimes people just like to enjoy war movies. They love like that aspect of being on the battlefield, seeing the struggles, and putting themselves in as a 17, 18-year-old, right? Fighting on the Western Front. Not like obviously on the losing side here. So it's not your typical war movie where it's not embracing war. It shows the struggles and what it could do to a person, the friendships that they make, and how they could dissolve at any second. This movie was sick. I was saying from the get-go, for seeing that trailer, I was just thinking to myself, this is going to be just a spectacle. And it's kind of
Great
it was just
trailer.
a shame that it was on Netflix and it never had that run in theaters. But then again, let's say it doesn't have that Netflix run. Does it get nominated for this many Oscars? Is it seen by so many people? I can't say that. So it's like just to play devil's advocate. And we know we love the movie theater experience. I think Netflix provided something for this movie that it really benefited it. No?
I agree. I actually do agree with that. I think that's a good point. And I think I don't want to get too deep into it because I know we're going to talk later, but I think this is the only Netflix movie nominated for Best Picture. They're going to put their weight behind this one, I think. And they're going to put the weight behind it because it's also the leading, like, odds-on favorite for international. So so no matter what, even though you think it doesn't stand a chance for Best Picture, I don't think it does at the moment. But you never know when Netflix puts a campaign on, like, maybe they're gonna see, like, oh, like, this movie's hot on the streets right now. The BAFTAs, SAG awards are to come. Maybe it does really well at the BAFTAs and the SAG, and it goes nuclear, and then they just get a couple more extra Oscars that they didn't think they had a chance of 5 months ago.
Right. This is like the late surge that we kind of didn't see coming until like the last 2 weeks. You mentioned the success it had at the BAFTAs. This is like the late entry that, hey, does it have a chance? Like, I think it, with the reaction to like Everything Everywhere All at Once getting the most nominations, Banshees tied with All Quiet, it's sneaking up there, I know, to kind of challenge for a Best Picture contender. But in my eyes, it's going to be the Dune. It's going to be the technical categories that it's going to dominate. But it's great to see this movie getting respect.